there, I'm Shauna from Infinity Readings, and this is going to be the reading for the Virgo female for the Valentines season of February, March, and April of 2019. So I have two pyramids that I work from, card spreads, that's what I'm talking about. The first pyramid is overall general energies for the Virgo female. And the second pyramid deals with the love and intimacy issues that may be going on, okay? So I also have an overall feminine card of what generally she's going through, or what is the highlight. And I also have a power of surrender card that I use to help maybe amplify anything that might be in your way, a block or something you need to get rid of to help you gain strength and momentum forward. The first card for the general overall energies for the feminine Virgo is the healing card. So we may be in a time of healing or need strength for healing at this time. I'll leave it at that, okay? Now the next card, which is interesting, the card for the power of surrender is surrender to complete healing. So we have two highly connected cards. I mean, they're basically the same card. It says here, give me a sec. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So you may be going through a time here where you are dealing with those types of energies. Okay, I'm just going to start reading here. The head of the pyramid here is King of Pentacles. Now, I'm trying to figure out if that's your energy or your partner's energy. I think it's well, I'm gonna start describing the energy here. The King of Pentacles is strong, sturdy. They like to have a secure foundation to come from. Very attached to the money, and very much that's the importance here. And the stability is highly regarded at this time. The next card I get is the Hermit. Now the Hermit is interesting because it's going straight to the to the healing cards. The Hermit is about introspection, right? Needing to do this to heal. Feeling that the Virgo female is going to take time to do this at this point. I'm trying to understand whether the energies here are saying that you're highly in healing or that you highly need to deal with healing. And I'm going to sort that out as we go here. The next card is the Four of Wands. Again, security, stability within a relationship, foundation, home, this type of thing. The King of Pentacles is just above that. So there's a very strong, secure foundation here in the heart of our home. Now, I'm going to continue forward. The next card I get is the King of Cups. Okay, now, King of Cups is a man who is very much someone who can be emotionally sound, okay? Very much in charge of his emotions. He may be one who is easily able to show affections forward. That's what they gave me, was affectionate in a way. So someone who has a lot of skill in this area of emotional flexibility, okay? The next card is the Queen of Cups. And it's interesting because they have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is looking, they're both looking in the same direction but not at each other. So we have a mated pair here. What I find interesting is the cards that come after. Okay, I'm going to continue. Queen of Cups is about a woman who is very much in her emotions, maybe even caught up in or overly emotional to a degree. Yeah. Someone who's compassionate, intuitive, soft place to fall, okay? So again, the Queen and King of Cups, so that's a mated pair. Now as I move on, I get the Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is about taking a stance in defense against others. Now, there's a Queen of Cups here who is very much in defense against something, but I feel like it's not the King of Cups. So is this... I'm getting a sense here that the Queen of Cups is you. The King of Pentacles is your partner at the head of the pyramid here. You're just underneath, okay? And for whatever reason here, we are in defense against things going on around us, okay? I'm going to keep going here because this is a very weird spread so far. Now, the next card I get is a Ten of Wands. So there is something about us feeling burdened or having a lot of burdens placed upon us. Now, this is directly on the King of Cups card. For some reason, feel like even though the King of Cups and Queen of Cups here are a mated pair, I feel like they are not in a relationship together. So that means you and someone outside of your relationship that you're currently in. Feel like you may be soulmates or partners or higher vibrational relationship here, but for some reason, this partner, you don't want to face them. You are actually in opposition of them, maybe because you're in a marriage or solid relationship, or because this person in some way is burdening to you. I'm going to continue. On the Queen of Cups, I get the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a card about leaving to go to calmer waters, okay? So it's interesting to me, the head of the pyramid here talks about sturdy foundations and stability, and yet we are in a situation where we're leaving turbulence. So there's either we are in a solid relationship here and there's someone outside of us trying to either be a companion to us in some way that is creating turbulence, and so we are trying to get away or defend ourselves against that, or we are in a relationship here of a solid, sturdy foundation, but we have found love outside of the partnership, and this has become a burden because we are in a union that is committed, okay? And it is creating havoc nonetheless on this side. This King of Cups, for whatever reason, and I feel like we'll get into it here, is creating turbulence, and it may be because there's emotions here that haven't been dealt with, okay? So the Six of Swords is showing that the Virgo female is wanting to move directions, change from an area where she feels like she is in defense of herself, having to defend herself, to a place where she doesn't have to do that anymore. Relief of that is what they're saying. Now, on the Seven of Wands in the defense, we have the Hanged Man. So there might be a situation here where you are taking a mental time out or trying to get out of things, looking at things differently. Changing your direction so that you can see differently is really the essence I get here. Yeah. Trying to stop, hold off, back off of things, everything. Trying to back off of everything and gain some perspective. Now the last card I get is the Page of Wands. And I feel like over this time that you take a time out, like this may be something that's in the future, or you're starting to think is needed at this point, or maybe something that you have done already. Now, I think when you go through this process of looking through all that you need to at this time, I feel the Page of Wands, you come up with some exciting prospects or ideas or intuitions as to how to deal with your situation, okay? So yeah, like for the singles, you may be in a position where you feel solid. So you have a solid friend or someone beside you that you feel very solid with. But for some reason, I don't understand here. A mated pair, kind of like a soulmate, should be something that kind of swings in smoothly. But for whatever reason here, we kind of got an energy of not wanting to indulge in that. If we're coupled, that's the reason why. If we're not too sure what's going on here, we're needing to, we may have, I don't get a sense from this King of Cups of being irrational or unreasonable or unruly with his emotional center. I feel like he's on par. I feel the Queen of Cups is the one that may be irrational in her emotions. So this is not your element. You are not a water element, so that could explain that. You are an earth element, not used to dealing with your emotions. So if you're having them bubble up at this time, can be quite overwhelming. So this may be the problem here. So you got these overwhelming emotions are bubbling up about this person. All of a sudden, we need to deal with this. We're not used to dealing with this, so we're telling everything to take a step back, right? This is the sense I'm getting. And in fact, we're going to leave situations here so we can have some hang time and figure out what we need to do or get our head straight is the sense I'm getting. So that's the general energies. Now, we're going to go into love and romance and see if we can break this down and come up with anything else here. Now, the first card I get in the love and romance area is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is about, can symbolize a union with someone that we may have intended it to be short term, but there's a tie on this man's wrist symbolizing that there's someone here that feels a tie. And I would connect this strongly to the King of Cups. I feel like this man is the one that is realizing, because as it sits on my table here, the King of Cups is chasing after the Queen of Cups and she's looking ahead of her. So it's like the male is in pursuit of the female. So here it's interesting because the male is laying down with his hand over his head and the woman is looking. And I feel like this is the energy of the future for the Virgo female. I feel like she's sitting there in the future going, is this my partner? Is this someone that I'm supposed to have a relationship with? Trying to gather her resources, okay, emotionally. And I feel like they're there. It's just we don't know how to deal. We're an earth sign. We're supposed to be grounded, stable, and sturdy, and we got all these emotions going everywhere. It's throwing us off. We're totally off kilter. We can't make decisions, so we're backing everybody. Everybody back up, back it off. Right? So if we're in a paired relationship already, I feel like we got all these emotions, we don't know what the hell to do with it. And if we're not, we still are in between phases here where someone off the sidelines has either come in and admitted, I'm getting a sense this is going to hit for somebody, has unleashed their emotions on us, and we're just like, I don't know what to do, right? It's almost an unburdening. I feel like this man, this King of Cups, this water energy is really just has to let it go and they can do whatever they want. Like at this point, it was such a burden to him as well. It's burning her, but he had to get it off his chest is the feeling I'm getting. He had to get it off, and then after that, I don't care. I can't hold it in any longer. So he's feeling a sense of relief and release, unburdening the actual, I love you, or I have strong feelings, or, I got to let you know about this, that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, so again, the Eight of Canes is about one person feeling a lot of emotions, the other person not realizing yet. Could be a one-night stand that turns out to be something with more potential. On the sex side, we have the Lovers, which is about choice and decisions. Now we look in here, and there's a male with two females. It can be the opposite. Can be a woman considering two directions with males. Now, this is the interesting thing. It is about a direction change. We have to change. We are at a crossroads romantically here, and I feel like it is just butted, and I feel like to a degree we may not even, I don't think we have indulged in this, okay? I don't feel like anybody's cheated on anybody here. Though I get the one night stand, I feel like, you know what, I'm going to continue on here. The next card is the Wheel on the romance. So the Wheel is about fate, karma, things that change, cycles that dip into other cycles, and things that happen for reasons, right? We're talking about romance, so this is change in the romance area. The next card is the Ace of Cups. That is new love, newfound feelings, new direction. Okay, so when it's next to the Fate card, it's a new direction in love, new person in love. Now, after that, we get the King of Wands. The King of Wands is always focused on a goal here. And he's quite confident he's going to get what he wants. That could be your King of Cups, the man on the side trying to get in here. He is very much, he's very much in his emotions, but he could be a fire sign, and he is determined to, he's telling you his feelings for a reason, because he wants to indulge, he wants to go there. And that's the sense I'm getting from this King of Wands. Otherwise, why would I bother? You know, I care for her and I gotta let it out. I feel like it's a real release that he does. He's kind of unburdened, and he's going to kind of feel the fear after. He's going to throw it at her, and then he's going to feel the fear after and go, oh, maybe this was too soon, you know, I shouldn't have done that, whatever. But in a sense, he's very relieved that he could let it out. Because I feel like this woman, this Virgo female that I'm picking up on, is very much in a relationship or solid or committed, something like that. Now, on top of this Wands energy, which I do not feel is your partner as it sits in the relationship that you have built a foundation with, I do not feel that is that energy. I feel that is the man outside wanting to come in. Now the Sun card is on top of that in the sex side. And that means, that talks about orgasms and all the pleasure that is in the physical aspect of being united, right? So when we talk about this now, this man either has an extreme passion for this woman, or he has indulged in this woman physically, and that is the height that he has hit in his lifetime, has been with this Virgo woman. So he's not ever had anything that come close to that. Because the Sun is really the most happy you can get. So if you mix that with sex, that's as good as it gets for this guy. And that is the focus here, attaining that. Commitment within that kind of thing. Okay, next. Heavy stuff. Okay, to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a woman who very much stands on her own. Men come to her. She does not have to go out looking for these men. They flock to her. She has intuition. She may not give up all her secrets. In fact, she may look very mysterious to men. And I feel on a certain degree this Virgo female is coming off in that way to this man as mysterious. Why? Because she has struck something in this man that he doesn't understand, right? How does this happen? So that kind of a thing. Now, on top of that, on the sex side, we have the Five of Cups. And this is interesting because this talks about a woman who cannot let go of her past relationship to move on to one in the future. And that's basically the scenario I get here, only I feel that I don't know how, trying to figure out my timelines here. Energetically, I'm getting that maybe there has been a break, but at the same time, I feel like the partner that she's left from, he's kind of, I don't feel emotions from him, which is interesting. So that leads me to believe either the Virgo female, the one that you're dealing with in the committed relationship, either this person is very distant emotionally, or they travel a lot for work and are not physically around a lot, or it's just kind of something, a relationship that really is dissipating anyway, that there's not a lot of heavy feelings there, because I got a lot of firm foundation. And I mean, the Four of Wands should symbolize happiness as well, but that may be from his point of view. Yeah, there's like a blankness on the role of the partner that the Virgo female is with. So that partner, that initial partner, I'm not getting any emotion from. So either they just took off and refused to deal with things on an emotional level, or we had an abrupt disconnection and we're removed from them quite heavily, like either they moved or went away, and we have no more access to them. It's like a complete disconnect, okay? Now, when we're talking about the energy that I'm picking up here, I'm thinking about this full moon eclipse thing. Now, I have weird stuff happen to me over eclipses, so it might just be that I got a reboot from there. So it might be over that period of time that I don't, I don't know. No, I don't think it's that. I think it has something to do with the fact here that this woman I feel like this woman was in a relationship. It may not have been up to par, but it was okay. And then she come across a 12 on a 10 chart, and she didn't know what a 12 was, didn't even understand there was a 12, and now she's having to deal with this. And she can't even process what she's done to this man because she really does want to go in this direction. So there's a lot that she's holding inside of herself still yet. And she's trying to use her instinct to discern outward, but she's having a rough time dealing with everything. The new incoming and the old that's going away. Because I feel like whatever happened here, whether it was an affair, I don't feel like it was that way for her, but it could have been for some. Whether it was affair or whatever, it's just hard to deal with all of this stuff coming forward. I feel a sense of innocence from her. I don't know if that's in defense of her or what. I feel like she just kind of couldn't. When we have the wheel like this in the romance, it's almost like she couldn't. It was fated. It was meant to be. She couldn't refuse it if she tried. That's the sense I get here. Next card. We're talking about the Queen of Cups. So there she is again. Now, I do feel this is reiterating that you are in this Queen of Cups energy. You are in your emotions highly. It is uncomfortable for you to do that, but you are in that nonetheless. Now, the card on top of that is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is always my card that I attribute to someone having sex with someone else, but not quite being all in. To the degree they're having sex for the other person rather than for themselves. So we got to watch how that's coming off and in what direction. Now, the next card I get is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is about communication that can sting, the truth that comes forward that can cut, okay? And then on top of that, we have the Five of Pentacles. So what this really says to me is that the Five of Pentacles is about romancing. We have an Ace of Cups here. Someone is being romanced out of another relationship is the sense I'm getting, okay? And it is fated. It is one of those things that is written. When it is written, you cannot, these are hard to change, okay? It's one of those things that's like, why did I do this? It's not like me to do that. It's not in my character. And I feel like this Virgo woman is really knocking herself down for betraying her partner, because this is what happened. But when it comes to love, there's no, you cannot. And the thing is, she's trying to fight this new love forward, where the man knows it is more than he's ever felt. The Virgo woman is going, I can't do this. It's not right and just and true, right? I hurt my partner's feelings, and I hurt, I did all this back. So they're focusing on the negative here, and they're just trying to process to move forward. Yet I feel in the future they are going to move. She is going to start to move forward, because somehow this came about, and I don't know in which manner, over the last while here. It's hard for me to look back. I feel like it may have happened a bit before the eclipse energy hit, and therefore it's kind of jumbled in my energetic field. That time gets squished, and it's harder for me to look into that. But nonetheless, I feel like what's going on here is there was a situation that was exposed in whatever way about these two people falling in love. One was in a relationship. The other one, again, I'm not getting anything in that way. I don't feel that that person was. I feel, and if they were, they broke it to be, to go after, pursue the Virgo female. And the Virgo female at first is not really, though she is attracted, though she has emotions, she knows she's in a relationship, she's trying to do the right thing and be the just. And but as it went on here, the Wheel of Fortune and fate and all of these things come in, and things are written, things happen, and it happened, and it was written, and now we got to move forward with guilt upon, hurting our partner and all of that. So it's really the line of processing all of that that's gone on. And this is the overwhelming energy here. Now, if I go back to the initial female card here, the healing energy, and I feel like that in order to move forward or go backward, and I don't feel her going backward, I feel her wanting to go forward, but I feel an extreme amount of guilt, and the healing card here really accentuating. We got to get through all of that muck first before we can clearly and precisely go in a new direction, meaning the one that has already started here. And then surrender to complete healing. I got to read that again. It says, open fully to loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. And I do feel everybody is supposed to be going in a different direction here, and not to release, but really having to come to terms with the fact that this is love we're talking about. And just because we didn't know what love was before it come and knock on our door doesn't mean that we need to feel guilty going forward, that kind of thing. So hopefully, I feel like for the Virgo female, because she is just that astute, she just is going to feel to a certain degree bad about this, even though it is a new love forward, kind of spoils the energy of the beginning. But nonetheless, it is a new beginning, something fated, something karmically tied, a choice that she had to make that kind of made itself, kind of fell into it, because it was something we just couldn't resist, okay? And going forward is just to deal with the truth. I think if you go with the truth on all levels, to your partner, to the new partner, to the old partner, we just can't go wrong. And like they say here with the Ace of Swords, it may sting at first, but there'll be a respect that can build later from having been told the truth, right? And then you can carry on in the romance area of the new direction that you're having. Because I feel like even though she is trying to process her emotions on all levels, she's becoming intimate with the new partner or the old partner. I'm not sure here. It's really foggy. But she's not all in. She can't focus because she's got guilt from the past and moving to the new partner. And if she's going to the past partner, she's feeling emotions for the new partner, and it's not syncing properly at all, not letting her go forward. So a lot of stuff to deal with here. Very interesting reading, but nonetheless, someone who is, it's a fated partner going forward. So all you can do is really take some solace in the fact that You have moved forward to a better partner, hoping that the one that you came from will also do the same. That can give you some peace of mind, hopefully. In the meantime, healing. That is the core. I think that is where this woman sits and will sit for quite a while into the fall. This is where she'll land. And hopefully she heals completely and then is able to go in the direction of where her heart is hitting, right? Or where things are going in that way. So that is the Virgo female reading for the Valentine's season. Hopefully that helps you in some way, clears some things up. I think there's just a lot of head down thinking going on. She's got the High Priestess here, so she'll make some wise decisions. She'll also tune into her instinct, not just logics here, so she's just got to take the time to do that, settle in. So hopefully that helps you, Virgo female, for the Valentine's season. That's February, March, April 2019. Take care, have fun, and be kind.